Hey, what's up guys, Yusuf here, and in today's video let's check out the MSI RTX 2070 Super Gaming X Trio Edition. Let's go. Alright, before we get to this video, a huge thanks to VIVEK from Ankit Infotech for providing this card for review, and you can get it at a shop for 42,500 plus GST. That's going to be up to 50,000 rupees or upwards of 50,000 rupees. And yeah, with that being said, let's get to the card itself. So first, let's start with the unboxing, and I'll take you guys through why this Gaming X Trio has been launched, or why MSI does this every year. So RTX 20 Super is out for you guys. MSI every year has this Gaming X edition of graphics cards, which aim to offer a different design. I won't say a better design, because some people do prefer the aesthetic, the premium aesthetic of the Founders Edition or some other brand. So yeah, they try to give off a different point of view, a different perspective to that card. So adding more cooling, maybe more RGB for the gamer aesthetic, and a few things. Now this also has better clock speeds, but it's kind of disappointing this year. So you only have 30 megahertz overclock on the boost comparing to the Founders Edition. So that comes with a 1770 megahertz boost clock, whereas this one is 1800, whereas everything else remain the same. So let's just jump into it, and I'll take you guys through the specs as we unbox it. So yeah, the box is going to be big because this card is huge in terms of its size, and it comes in at about 30 centimeters or maybe a little above that. And for that MSI includes their support brackets. So first thing, you have this pamphlet here, so let's just take a look at that. This right here is the support bracket. So again, this graphics card is going to weigh 1.5 kilograms, and it is about 30 centimeters in size. The big graphics card in all dimensions, and MSI has taken a smart decision by including this support bracket. So this goes below your graphics card, so to provide stability as well as support, so the graphic card doesn't just pull the slot out of the motherboard and just do all sorts of things. And this is a heavy card, but it looks absolutely gorgeous. Now the materials used are going to be plastic. The backplate is completely metal, but again, the front is going to be plastic. There's going to be a 100mm fan in the front, so in the middle, and 90mm fans towards the side. And it definitely looks good. I'm doing like a quick overview of the graphics card. So as I said, towards the front you have the triple fans, as well as the RGB strips. So these four are going to be illuminated in RGB. Towards the top, again, this is the side of the graphics card that is shown to everyone when you put it up in your motherboard. And yeah, you have LEDs all over the place. So this is going to be glowing. The MSI logo plus the GeForce RTX branding glows. Now coming to the backplate, this is going to be one of the most exciting things for people who buy it. This has the dual tone metallic brushed finish. So yeah, there's two strokes in different directions, so it gives it that premium look. And this is metal, so you have MSI branding all over the place. And if I give you guys a look at the heatsink, this is going to be a very thick graphics card. Now talking about the specs, you have 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory, and this is still based on the Turing architecture, so the TU104 GPU, but that's going to be a cut down version of the TU104 GPU. It is close to the RTX 2080. We'll talk about the performance and stuff a little later. In terms of the outputs, you're going to have 3 display ports and 1 HDMI. No USB Type-C. Again, very disappointing, because that's the new thing with the RTX Super series, and also the RTX 2060 Super has a USB Type-C. So I don't know why MSI decided not to get one in here. But in terms of power consumption, you're talking 2 8-pin PCI connectors, and this is going to be a little more power hungry even out of the box. So 215 watts. And if you do decide to overclock, that's going to be again a 50-watt increase. So if you do manually overclock and push it to its limits, there's going to be more power consumption. Now let's talk about some of the pros and cons of this graphics card. So first up is going to be the design. It's going to be a better design for many people over the Founders Edition. People who like gaming and all their gamer aesthetics, this is going to be more appealing to them. The build quality is good. It's not all metal like the Founders Edition, so that's for the premium side of things. This is using a lot of plastic, but this has a lot more RGB in it. This has a lot more personality to it. And you also have your NVLink bridge here, so if you do decide to put multiple of these graphics cards, you have that option as well. And also touch a little on the performance and overclocking side of things. Now, I'm not really good at benchmarks, so I'll include KitGuru's benchmarks. They did really good in-depth testing on this. So again, huge shout out to them. But this year it's kind of disappointing in my opinion. This is going to be way more expensive compared to the Founders Edition of the RTX 2070 Super or some other third-party brands. So comparing to Galax or Zotac or something like that, this is going to be significantly more expensive. And this brings with it two main things. One is going to be the better thermals, and two is going to be the better acoustics. So it is near silent in its working, and also the thermals are better compared to AMD's, again, RX 5700 and 5700 XT, as well as RTX Super Founders Edition. So if you want those two things, this is the one for you. Also, another thing that's not going to be for the masses is going to be overclocking on this. You can push this card a lot more than what it comes out of the box. It has a lot more potential in it. So it comes out of the box at 1800 megahertz, but you can definitely push it above 2 gigahertz. That's going to consume more power, but thermals are going to again be affected. But the triple fan cooling is definitely enough to handle that kind of overclock. So with that manual overclocking in place, you can definitely beat or even come close to the 2080's performance, and in most cases you will be beating the 2080. Now, it's not like this completely obliterates the RX 5700 5700 XT. They are kind of better in their field. So some games that prefer AMD's cards, Deus Ex Mankind for example, does better on the RX 5700 XT, whereas some games that do better here, Shadow of Mordor or that games that support ray tracing, are going to do better here. Now, this card is capable of 1440p and 4K gaming, as well as ray tracing in 1080p and 1440p, and with some good experience. So ray tracing at a good kind of level, so you'll be getting 60 fps or more if you're playing at 1080p or 1440p in the games that are supported. And RTX, as people have been telling in their videos, and I have told in the past as well, is not matured yet. There's not many softwares or not many games that support it, but don't worry, it's just the beginning. It's just like the second refresh of this kind of new technology, and there's a whole list of new games and softwares that'll not only support but make good use of the ray tracing cores that come in these graphics cards. And talking about the ray tracing cores, this is going to have 40 ray tracing cores compared to the 46 on the RTX 2080 Founders Edition. Also, you're going to have 2560 CUDA cores compared to the 2944 on the RTX 2080. Now, coming to the conclusion with all the performance specs unboxing out of the way, this card is for the people who want to have a different experience from the others, who want to stand out, who want to overclock and get extra performance. We're not talking teeny tiny overclocking, we're talking massive crazy overclocking, taking the graphics card to 2 gigahertz or more. And yeah, this will be able to provide the cooling as well as the power. So this is going to be the extreme end of consumers, people who like to push hardware to its limits. The ideal temperatures are kind of higher because the fans stop if the graphics card is not under load. So that's that. And again, one more thing that's worth mentioning is out of the box, this is only 2 to 3% faster than the RTX 2070 Founders Edition. So if you're thinking this is going to be something great out of the box, no, you have to tinker around and get yourself a good overclock to have a better performance compared to the Founders Edition. So if you're spending money into it, keep in mind that out of the box it's not great. You're only paying for the design and the backplate on all the looks and the RGB. If you're seriously a bang for your buck, price to performance kind of person, go with the RTX 2060 Super or the 2070 Super in the Founders Edition flavor, or from Zotac or Galax or any other company that's going to be cheaper than this. And there you'll get good price to performance or bang for your buck. And that's about it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then go ahead and smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads. Huge thanks again to Vikas from Ankit Infotech. I'm shooting this at 2 in the night, so guys, please just go ahead and subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. All the details for Ankit Infotech will be down in the description down below. So if you are planning to build your PC and if you live in Bangalore or India, you should go check them out. Pretty reasonable competitive prices, as well as all these new products are available there first. So yeah, you have an advantage there, and the atmosphere and the environment itself is good. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.